Good day. When one thinks of the name Counter-Strike, one instantly conjures up images of one of the most legendary multiplayer first-person shooters of all time. Literally, it could actually have the moniker of all time applied to it, seeing as how it has actually been played pretty much consistently since its release in the late 90s. Now, it initially started out as a mod for Half-Life, and then would be picked up by Valve themselves, whereupon it would then become the game we all know and love today. And despite the release of other more advanced Counter-Strike games, Counter-Strike 1 is still fairly popular and coexists with all of them. Now, we're not actually going to take a look at Counter-Strike 1 today, but we will get to it at some point in the future. Rather, today we're going to take a look at the latest game in the Counter-Strike series, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This game was released in 2012 and was developed by Valve and Hidden Path Entertainment, and was, for me anyway, my first real experience playing a Counter-Strike game. Now, I of course had heard of the original Counter-Strike back when it had come out, but I neither had the desire nor the internet connection to actually play it. Now, the Counter-Strike series has been fairly consistent over the years. Pretty much all of the Counter-Strike games are more or less identical. A few add new features here and there, but it all boils down to the same basic gameplay of deathmatches. Essentially, there are two teams, terrorists and counter-terrorists. Both sides are virtually identical outside of some minor cosmetic differences. Each side must kill the other. That's it. The game is much more of a tactical first-person shooter than anything else, as you can take very little damage before dying, and most of the weapons are either based on or are real weapons, and they actually act like their real counterparts would act like, except for the shotguns, which we'll get into later. Now, my personal favorite weapon of the entire game is the FAMAS. TRB for the win, indeed. Graphically, the game looks really good. It uses the latest incarnation of the Source engine, and the player models actually look fairly well detailed, and the weapons look quite realistic, and the maps themselves have a great deal of polish to them. Like any multiplayer-based game, there are several game types, but the one I have played the most is the Basic Deathmatch. The Basic Deathmatch is pretty much as you would expect, and all of the other game types are derivatives of this one game type. Now, Basic Deathmatch comes in one of two flavors, one wherein all weapons are available for free, and one where it must get kills to earn money to buy weapons. Also, throughout the match, one can get the chance to respawn with a random weapon for more points. Then there is Arms Race game type. In this game type, you start off with a basic weapon, and then you have to get kills to get better and better weapons. However, some of these so-called better weapons are not necessarily better. In my opinion, the shotguns in this game are, well, crap. They are far too short range to actually be useful. Now, in real life, the shotgun is more of a mid-range weapon, but then again, this game does it, and just about every other first-person shooter does it, in thinking that a shotgun is an extremely short-range weapon, which it is not. But moving on, there is then the casual game type. It is somewhat identical to the Basic Deathmatch, however, unlike in Basic Deathmatch, one does not respawn instantly. Rather, one must wait for the entire match to end. In this game type, one must either defend or rescue a hostage or plant or disarm a bomb. Then there is Demolition. In this game type, you get new weapons by getting kills or ensuring that an objective is completed. Like with the Defuse subsect of Casual, the terrorists must either plant and defend a bomb or kill all of the counter-terrorists, and the counter-terrorists must either defuse the bomb or kill all of the terrorists. And then there is Competitive. This is identical to the other game types, except here, one actually has the outcome of a match affect one's skill group. So basically, this is the game type wherein the shit proverbially gets real. A rather notable aspect of the game is the offline mode. Why is it notable? Well, because sometimes one's internet goes out, which it did for the recording of this video. The bot mode for Counter-Strike Global Offensive is actually fairly well done. All the game types are available, and the bot AI is fairly good, being close to average human at times, i.e. better than me, but still manageable so that this video is not just me getting killed all the bloody time. Another good aspect of the bots is the fact that when you played the game with just one or two friends, all the rest of the slots in a given team will be filled with bots. So when you play a game with people way better than you, one can at least get some kills. In the end, Counter-Strike Global Operations is a very well-made multiplayer FPS that requires real skill in order to succeed, and upholds the traditions set down by its predecessors. And so, this is General Lotz wishing you good Counter-Strike Blue Shift, and good Unreal Tournament 3, or whatever makes you happy.